Good evening, everyone. I am Vishnu Ektab, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Financial Times newspaper headline. So, first of all, China rocked by protests as anger spreads over zero COVID lockdowns. Next, rising wave of discontent. Shanghai resident clash with police. Next, XI social control put to test. Next, Brussels race to seal deal on price cap for Russian oil. Next, backing for brain robots. Next, EY bid to ease split debate. Next, Taiwan opinion boost. Next, Aung San Suu Kyi isolated. Next, Europe eyes wrapping levy. Next, falling input cost and shipping rates is global inflationary pressures. Then next on page number 2, in that EU puts Russia oil price cap in the first fast line. Next, Brussels plan to tax vaping and double two levels of tobacco duty. Next, stagnation deemed worse than 1980s lost decade. Next, Ronaldo and Suraj find time waits for no center forward. On page number 3, in that Brussels seeks to reduce fallout from Biden's green subsidies. BOLC fear landmark US legislation will damage Europe's industrial base. Then next on page number 4, in that Taiwan's struggling KMT uh, buyed by polls. Aung San Suu Kyi isolated in jungle prison, says former aide. Next, Vigil stare open defense on streets of Shanghai. Next, Lebanese businesses embrace solar power after state fails to address energy crisis. Then on page number 6, in that investors back minute robot that deliver drugs to brain. Next, Bionut Labs raises $43 million to for trials. Next, device aims to minimize side effects. Next, look up US corporate bond funds feel $16 billion benefit from signs of easing inflation. Next, catastrophe reinsurance soar amid sector exodus. Next, Pakistani football maker hit the net in Qatar. Then on page number 7, in that ceramic company for a smarter carbon neutral future. Then on page number 8, in that buyout groups devise a new layer of leverage. Stakes in hundred of companies owned by private equity firms have been bundled into investments with strong credit rating. Then on page number 9, in that EY tries to smooth path for break up vote. Next, Ferrotech looks beyond China with eye on export curbs. Next, US jobs growth expected despite rising recession clouds. The next, Musk clashes with the Twitter advertiser has big brands limit spending. Then on page number 14, in that greetings from Qatar and here's 5 seconds of solidarity. Next, privacy at the office and the rise of quiet space. Next, how do I become an early stage VC investor? Then on page number 15, in that if the arts world is not careful, it will be eaten alive by its own petty. Then on page number 16, in that D Donato is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Then next, the Soviet spy satellite that fell to Earth. Then on page number 17, in that Japan's fighter jet trims. Next on page number 18, in that Chinese takeover become a geopolitical frontline. Next, Brussels plan for workers in the gig economy must go further. Next, turtlenecks and nuclear power in favor in Japan. Next on page number 19, in that the UK government should stop doing stupid stuff. Next, Scotland needs an offshore energy resolution. Next, digital trade must not be a zero sum game. Next, industrial strategy demands a new deal with the private sector. Then on page number 20, in that get ready for a net zero corporate backslash. Then on page number 24, in that effective initiatives become critical for allying British workers. Next, pandemic fails to bring a widespread shift in corporate Japan's attitude to well-being. Then on page number 28, in that office scenes of diversity mask a few home trust. Next, construction industry can pave way to better support on mental health. Then on page number 30, in that pictures of health across the country. Then on page number 32, in that rise in long-term sick brings headache for UK economy. Lack of support to get people back to work is putting the brakes on growth. Next, decent pay gives us healthy, productive workers. Then on page number 34, in that why a rich mix of measures is needed to nurture well-being. Next, US companies try to avert burnout and keep staff. Then on page number 35, in that employers urged to do more to ease cost of living stresses. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.